When you're working with an entire directory, maybe subdirectory of various files, you may want to transfer those off to another machine, send them to other people, save them for long-term storage, etc. And it can be inconvenient to transfer all the files individually. And you may be used to, on Windows or Mac machines, using the zip command to maybe take a entire hierarchy of directories, subdirectories, and combine them all into one zip file for moving it around. The traditional way to do this on a Linux or Unix system is with the tar command, and tar is a contraction of tape archive. So way back in the day, they would store files on tapes, and the way that you would either archive them to tape or retrieve them was with the tar command. But it's still useful today because it allows you to either combine or extract out of a file various directories and files associated with those directories. So here in the files that we've provided to illustrate these various Linux concepts, you'll see that there's a file dir3.tar.gz. So the significance of the tar is that it's a file created by the tar or tape archive program. Tar doesn't really compress the files. It really just combines them all into one file. The gz is for gzip, gunzip, which takes a tar file and compresses it down to save space. So if I'd like to see the various files and directories in dir3.tar.gz, of course I could go ahead and extract them out, but sometimes I want to be a little careful and just see what's in there first. So I use the tar command, and then I'm going to provide various options to the tar command and then the name of the file. So let's talk about what these various options are. Z tells it that before untarring the file or extracting the files out, first I need to unzip it or uncompress it. So that's the meaning of Z. T means that I'm going to test, or just instead of actually extract the files out, just display the name of the directories or files. V is verbose mode, so show what I'm doing. And then F means I'm about to provide the name of the file. So here what I see is that this particular gzipped tar file has a directory dir3, and within that directory it will be extracting out two text files, test1.txt and test2.txt. But note that there is no dir3 yet, so the T just said, test what's going to happen and display via the verbose option. If I want to actually extract the files out, I'm going to replace the T with the X, or the extract option. And now it is displaying what it's doing, and if I run the ls command with the -L, you'll see that a dir3 directory has appeared. And now I can either go into that directory or maybe use the find command and see that those files actually exist. And now I can use all the normal Linux commands like concatenate the contents, use them as part of a program, etc. Now, it's not required to compress the tar file. So what you'll notice here is that there is dir4.tar. This is also a tar file. It's just that no one compressed it for whatever reason. So if you wanted to extract out the files here, I would again use the tar command, but notice that I am not including Z for unzip because this tar file does not need to be uncompressed. So I can run this. It will show that it is extracting out a directory dir4 which has a test1 and test2.txt file in them. So that tells you how, if you have a tar or a tar.gz file, you can extract the files out. What if you have a directory of files and you'd like to create one for yourself? Well, I already have a directory 1 here, So I'd like to create a tar file which has the contents, which is going to be hello.py and file1 and file2.txt. I again use the tar command. What I tell it is that I'd like to create it C. I'm going to use V for verbose, so I'll get a little bit more information about what it's doing. F tells it I'm about to provide the name of the file I'd like to create, and then I provide as the last option the name of the directory that I'd like to create the tar file from. After I run this command, I will see what it's doing. It's taken dir1 and its contents, and if I do ls-l, you will see that I have a new file, dir1.tar. So I've created this tar file. Notice that I didn't say anything about compression, so I've simply collected these files up. I haven't done anything to compress them. After the fact, I can use the gzip command to compress that file. And now what I see is that instead of having dir1.tar that's 10,240 bytes, I have dir1.tar.gz, which is only 270 bytes. So if you had a large amount of files, this could be a good space-saving way and also speed up data transmission, etc. if you compress the file. Now, just like I could untar and unzip in one command, there's also an option to create your tar file and compress it at the same time. So I will show you how to do that with directory 2 here. So I will do the CVF, but in addition, I'm going to provide the Z, which tells it because I'm creating, the meaning is not unzip, but zip it up or compress it as I go. I provide the name of the file, and by convention, I will name it tar.gz to indicate it is a compressed or gzipped tar file, and then I provide as the last argument the name of the directory that I am tarring together and then compressing. So the verbose option there displays what it's doing, and then I can use ls-l and observe that I have created dir2.tar.gz, and if I just wanted to confirm that what is in there is what I expect, I could use Z to uncompress, T to test, V for verbose, F for the file name, and then dir2.tar.gz, and it would display that I have tarred and compressed a directory dir2 which contains the file data.txt2 in this case.